Hi friends, this is Deep Basu and welcome to my channel Think Deep. How are you guys? I know it's the middle of pandemic. Not only us, the entire world is suffering. I know it's a pretty grim situation and it's going a little haywire. It's been 4 months and I'm sure many people are facing a lot of problems and few people are struggling with unemployment. Some people are struggling with work from home and there are various of problems here and there, and it's not a very good situation, definitely. And this might extend, I fear. But yet, last week, this entire week, I hear people going gaga over this new web series. It's an 8 episode web series called Indian Matchmaking, which I think released last week on Netflix. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Well, when I saw this trailer, Indian Matchmaking, I was not quite interested. Means I thought maybe it's a mockumentary, everything is scripted. So I was not quite intrigued. But in the past few days, I'm hearing a lot about this Indian Matchmaking, this show. And people are criticizing this show. Some people are going gaga over it. The reviews are very mixed. And some of my friends have recommended to me to watch it. So I finally watched it. And it's an 8 part episodic series, not very long, so definitely won't take much time. It might take you a day to watch the entire series. So I finally watched it. So I have various things to say about it, and I know why people are somewhat criticizing the show. But let me tell you, as a my personal view, frankly speaking, I didn't know much about matchmaking. I didn't know there's a matchmaker because all around me, like myself, I basically look for my matches through Bumble, to various dating apps like Hinge, Bumble, Tinder. Even my friends have got married through Shadi.com, Matrimony.com. Now, who is this matchmaker? For the first time I got to know that there is a profession called the matchmaker. So I didn't have any clue about it. So definitely when I got to know about this show, and I was pretty intrigued. I wanted to know what's about this profession. I know what are wedding planners. Means it's a profession where people plan weddings, but there's something called matchmakers who they match couples, they fix your matches, and they help you sort out and meet new people. So all this while I was thinking that if you want to look for someone, you either fall in love, you find or bump into someone, you come across someone whom you fall in love, or there's always Shadi.com, Matrimony.com, your dating apps where you can find your life partner. But there is also a matchmaker who you have to pay a bomb, and the person will help you find your own match. Sometimes it's successful, sometimes it's not, and by the way, everything is destined. And even in the show also, they very repeatedly say that if your stars are aligned, it'll work out. So even a matchmaker can't guarantee a perfect life partner. So everything is finally destined. So finally, getting back to the show, I finally watched the Indian Matchmaking on Netflix. And as a viewer, I found it very entertaining. I found it very gripping, and it made me feel like a Hindi film, where as an audience, I was introduced to various characters, their challenges, their problems. Certain things were pretty layered. There were quite, gripping moments. There were thrills, and as a viewer, you somewhat got connected to these characters. So first few episodes, I was thinking it's scripted. But later it's a mockumentary. I thought it's a mockumentary, it's scripted. These actors, somewhere like Splitsvilla, all these, reality shows you have. But I finally Googled and I did my research, but these people are real. These people exist. And certain kind of, matchmaking, this kind of process, what happened in real. And it was a real experience. So now I was more intrigued because the entire series is very well shot, very well edited. The shots are very well composed. A good camera is used. I'm sure multi-camera was set up because there are a lot of characters in one room. So initially, like any viewer or any film student or filmmaker will see, oh my god, it's a scripted, yeah, like Big Boss, any other reality show. But somewhat, after doing a little bit of R&D, few facts came out to be true. It did happen. So definitely, so I got a little more intrigued because I love realistic stuff. Though I'm not a very big fan of documentaries. But if you really show me something interesting, an interesting documentary, I would definitely am quite intrigued. Like last week, I think I saw The Unsolved Mysteries. That also I recommend that. It was quite good. Even this Indian Matchmaking was quite intriguing. So as I said, it was quite. It had a lot of drama, and it made me feel like a Hindi film. But later I got to know that it has a lot of criticism and it has garnered real bad reviews. People have written open letters to Smita Taparia. Okay, let me tell you who Smita Taparia is. And by the way, this entire Indian matchmaking is on this lady's shoulder, the matchmaker Smita Taparia. She's a very famous matchmaker in Mumbai. I didn't know much about her, and she stays in her office is in Worli, and she's quite expensive, and she has quite high-profile clients. And definitely, I got to know that she really works very hard. She's really good at her job. She flies from Texas to California to London to Mumbai, and she introduces herself as I'm Smita from Mumbai, and she helps various high-profile families to find their son's wife or vice versa, and help them sail through. That's what Smita Taparia does. It's an entire matchmaking series is narrated by this lady called Smita Taparia. So I didn't know much about her, and I did my research, and she's quite a famous name, and she has a list of high profile clients, and she works very hard, and she's really good at what she does. So Indian matchmaking, so I was going through the other reviews and all, so it has garnered really bad reviews. Most of my friends didn't like it. Well, frankly speaking, I didn't find it that bad. Yes, what I agree that this series definitely highlighted various stereotypes, and it highlighted various, something various. It was a few portions were quite regressive, but unfortunately, it has also brought light or given light to reality. I don't know how much of you will agree, but let me tell you guys, 70% of Indian marriages happens the way it has been shown there. Where it has covered a helicopter mom. It has also covered a boy who is a complete mama's boy. It has covered a strong-minded, ambitious girl, so she's single. Various real aspects the series have covered, various stereotypes you might say, but frankly speaking, 70%, 75%, at least 80% of what they have shown is true. Because you fortunately or unfortunately, many of the Indian marriages still happen the way it has shown over here. Various family look for a wife just like the way they're choosing a dish from the menu card. It happens, it does happen. So it has been highlighted here that they show a particular family, I won't mention the name, where they are looking for a perfect bride. Like they have such, high expectations. Wife will do this, wife will cook, wife will make breakfast. But there are many families who are looking for wife the same way it has shown here. So you can't really run away from it. So this series have really, showcase realism. It has been realistic to some extent, but somewhat I felt that the perspective shown here is only one way. Like, for example, they have only shown high profile clients, or they have shown a guy who's not earning much is getting rejected, a girl who is independent, strong minded, ambitious is not getting a groom. So I think a single perspective has only one sided perspective has been showcased here. I think that should not have been done. They should have debunked or somewhat decoded few stereotypes. Like, for example, I am a filmmaker, and I don't, frankly speaking, I'm not a very established filmmaker yet. So I'll not get married. Will I not get a wife? Will I not get a bride? So basically in the series, if you see, they show a guy who's not earning or is not earning much, so a girl rejects him. So that way I felt bad. I said, bhai, even I don't earn so much as expected as a filmmaker should do. So what, I'll not get a bride? I won't get married. So I think the perspective shown in this series is one-sided. They should have shown various other various other sides. They should have decoded the stereotypes. Tab I think और मजा आता. So this series could have played with it. Would have definitely definitely would have proved better points, shown some different light. So basically, it has played with the same usual stereotype. I think that's why people are not liking it. Nevertheless, as a viewer, as a self-proclaimed film critic, I kind of like the show, and definitely it's trending number 3 on Netflix. And trust me, it has a lot of drama. If you like movies and Bollywood films, especially, you're going to love this show. And apparently, many women are not liking it. But as I said, fortunately, unfortunately, it has depicted reality. Whatever is shown is not false, and what Smita Taparia is doing is also not wrong. She very clearly says, I do what the client wants, what the client demands. She's definitely playing to the gallery. And that's what a client demands. And there are many families who demand a perfect wife. Even if the boy is not perfect, they want a perfect wife who will cook, who will take care of the son, and this, that, etc., etc. So there are. So you can't help. But anyways, Indian matchmaking definitely is a good time pass. If you feel that this pandemic is taking a toll on your life and you are pretty bored and you have an internet connection, please log on to Netflix and watch it. Please share your views. I, as a viewer, kind of enjoyed it. Being a layman, being an audience, I found this series very gripping and definitely something. It was an eye opener for me because I didn't know much about a wedding matchmaker, because a wedding is different and a marriage is different. So very clearly, that thing should have been also highlighted, that a wedding is fine. Wedding is an event and a marriage is a long term. So definitely everything is destined and you need to think over it. But they are in the series is very clearly shown that there are certain families who basically play as per the society. They basically, they are so hell bent in getting the son married so that the society, is happy, or so that people of society are pleased. So a lot of not only stereotype, a lot of realism is shown in this series. So guys, anyway, I won't waste much time. I kind of liked it. I just finished watching it. It's an 8 episodic and you can watch it at one go and you're going to enjoy it. And do share me your views, and I'm sure many people are not liking it. I liked it as an audience and it was an eye opener for me. So guys, please share your views, and I'll be back again with the review of Dil Bechara. It's going to be live today on Hotstar at 7:30. Bye guys, this is Basu. Do subscribe to my channel.